All right, so we are going to be doing a very hot pink wreath. Okay, we are not in the meek pink tonight. We are feeling feisty. So we're gonna start off with our 18-inch grapevine. This is from Michael's, so that's why it looks oval, because Michael, he doesn't really care. But what we can do is when we get something like this of Michael's quality, we can bend it to our will, much like what we'd like to do with certain people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this on the, first of all, actually, let me back up the truck on this one. Oval wreaths cost more than round wreaths, so if you get one that's this like warped, you might wanna just leave it alone and just use it as an oval wreath. But if you don't have a use for an oval wreath, then we're gonna bend it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be putting it on the floor and I'm going to crush it with my weight. Okay, I'm gonna do it on the floor because I'm probably gonna smack my face on this table if I do it here. And I know there's a lot of value in that. I honestly, if I were you, I'd want to see it too. It's my face, so I don't want to have to like watch that again. So I'm just gonna put it on the floor. I'm gonna crush it, then I'm gonna spin it around, crush it again, and like none of this stuff is gonna break. Like I'm putting so much pressure on this. Our materials are not delicate, much like myself. So if we don't like the way they are, we're gonna change them. Okay, so now we have something that's more round. Look at Leslie. Leslie's putting in orders. All right. Never. See, Donna, the fact that you don't think I overreact is why we get along. All right, so now we went from oval to round, okay? So there we go. We bend things to our will. Now what I'm gonna do is I like to make a little hook on the wreaths because when a client is opening up, you know, their order, I don't wanna make things complicated. I want them to know a recommended way to hang their wreaths. So I'm going to take grapevine wire, which all year, maybe even last year, I was lying saying that was really overpriced. It's not. It's still like $7. It used to be $5. I was telling people it was $15. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I started that rumor. But anyways, so you can get still like the thick grapevine wire at Michael's. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a couple inches off. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a nice thick branch. So we're gonna be doing something that's full. Okay, so it's kind of gonna be cottagecore. We're gonna see about what we have for like, you know, I always like the drama, as we know. One more here. All right, so I wanna find a nice thick branch to hang it from. If I can't find anything, then I can hang it through several. But you just gotta think like if it's going through something thin, you know, eventually like one could give, two could give, you know. So let's find something on the thicker side. All right, so right here, this bad Larry, I'm gonna put some faith in him. All right, so I'm gonna slide this through. Yes, Carolina, and you're not working, it's after hours. How are you, beautiful? How fun. Last minute, shocker, I know. All right, and I'm just gonna tie off the end, so I'm just twisting, twisting, twisting. And then I wanna make sure that my customers know that this is here. Tiffany's like, shocker. All right, so I slid the messy part down, okay? So that twisted part, I slid down, so I have the nice rounded part here. Okay, I'm gonna hang this here on my easel. And then I'm just gonna take a piece of ribbon because I just want to mark it so that no one is searching for it or that, you know, a customer doesn't realize that it's even there. So this kind of looks clown-like, which is a whole other creepy part that I hate clowns. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna say it's fun. It's not creepy, it's fun. So how have you guys been? What is everybody up to? See, Carolina answered me before I even asked. That's how good she is. Huh? that is how good Carolina is. She knows. We're on the same page. All right. So yes, I have been doing very well. Life has been a bit busy, but I was so excited because I had a night tonight with some downtime, and I was like, I could read a book, or I could connect with my friends and go live, and I was like, that would be so much fun. And so that is what we are doing tonight. Larry is in the house, so you might be looking and thinking, there's Lori Rodriguez, but oh no, Larry. And she is a very, very special woman. So I'm so excited that she is able to join us again, last minute, showing up. I appreciate you so much. So you made it through, you got through dinner and all that stuff. Good for you. I was telling people to leave their families hungry. So we are gonna start by just laying the foundation for our wreath, okay? So we're gonna be going with ficus. Ficus is one, not my favorite F word, but it is one of the top. So we're gonna prep our ficus. So ficus is very inexpensive. Not everybody loves it. They think it's blah. That's fine. To each their own. It's two-dimensional. It's gonna cover a lot of ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this down. So I'm gonna bend it, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna cut the side pieces at the base, 1, 2, and then this piece in the middle, it's really long. So what I'm gonna do is cut it a little bit at the like around the halfway point, 1, and then this guy I call a nubbin, okay? I might use them, I might not. I'm just gonna put him off to the side for now, because even though he's not like nice and pointy like the others, he could create some coverage if I need him. Supper over and done. Muscle memory, you got it. And that's true. So look at Larry, you want to teach the class? Should I just sit down? So yes, what Larry is referring to is I am a huge fan of muscle memory, because when we do things over and over again, especially if you're like new to something and it seems a bit intimidating, that's normal. It's normal to feel like I don't know what the next step is. I don't know if I am going to do the wrong thing, and then it's going to be really hard to undo. And you kind of get stuck. Like when I'm not sure what to do, sometimes I kind of get in that paralyzed state. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do nothing. And that's not helpful, right? But if you keep at something and you find like that right balance or that recipe, whether you're doing wreaths or, you know, you're making candles, you're cooking, whatever the heck it is, the more you do something, the more you're going to find like the right way to do it that you're comfortable with. So that is muscle memory, because you start to go into basically like autopilot. So for certain designs, like what we're going to be doing, we're going to be kind of going on autopilot, which includes how we're going to lay out the foundation for this wreath. So thank you so much, Larry, because that's a very good point. I know, it's like the gang is over here, and I'm loving it. All right. So we are using our glue pot, our Sure Bonder, our buddy over here. All right. So let's get started. I always start in the top left corner. Again, when we're thinking about muscle memory, I never have to say, where am I gonna start? Because I always know. There is nothing to think about, because it's always the same. Every single wreath pretty much is the top left corner. So as I'm going, I'm gonna be dipping in my glue pot, which is the handsome green guy from Sure Bonder, using their glue pellets. Okay, and I'm gonna be giving it a bend. It would have been wiser for me to bend it before putting it in hot glue. So let's do that the rest of the way. So we're gonna give it a bend. And I want this to just follow the curve of the wreath, okay, as we're going along. And we're gonna go all around the wreath. And you could definitely say, why are you doing this? Because in the end, we're gonna be putting flowers over this. This is like the method to my madness. This is what I'm comfortable doing. because some of this is going to show, not a lot of it, but it's enough that I'm not going to waste or use too many flowers or fillers, because there is some of this filling those gaps. So there is no right way or wrong way to do anything. Why would you not bring wine? I don't understand. This is like when Robin said, like, when is there going to be wine? I'm like, when has there not been wine, Robin? It actually would make more sense if I told you when there wouldn't be wine. Donna, I would say I would go with the large one. So Donna's asking about if she should go with the larger or the smaller Sherbond or glue pot. I would use the small one if you're doing kind of like smaller crafts, or if it's not something you do very often. The base, like the basin of it, or the reservoir, I don't know what you would say, is very, very small. So like, I think it's great if you were doing like a workshop, and because you wouldn't have people getting burnt, you know, like the risk would be lower of people getting hurt, but it really doesn't hold much. So I feel like you would be refilling that pretty frequently. But again, it depends on like how much you're going to be using it. If you're somebody who uses your glue gun more, or, you know, you're just not gluing a ton, then, you know, you could definitely get away with it. It's just a matter of like, if I'm designing a wreath, I don't want to have to fill my glue pot up once. So like, this is going to last me for, I don't even know how many wreaths. Like, it's very, you don't have to refill this, you know, very often at all. But again, it all depends. All depends on how much you use it. But I think when you see it, and actually, you know what? Hold on. This is what the small one looks like, okay? So this little guy, I mean, it's not like he's filled to the bottom. He's probably filled to like here. So you have to just think like how much glue is in here. And again, like what your use is gonna be. What else do you want? I'll just pull it out from under the table. So I recommend the big one, but it's all based on what your individual needs are. I'm actually very impressed that I had that. Okay, so Valerie is saying that she uses the small one. So, hello, Debbie, how are you? Yeah, I mean, it really all depends, you know. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. And space could be a thing too. If you have an area, like say you're working at your kitchen table and you do not want your kitchen table burnt, like I guess there's like really a bunch of reasons why you might choose one over the other. So Donna's saying large now. Valerie, do you have like a specific reason why you like the small one, or is it just like a comfort thing? Paulette uses the large one because of me. All right. I mean, it's very rare you're going to hear me not say bigger is better. Sorry. The 500, that big bag of pellets, it lasts a long, long time. I mean, it kind of depends because I did end up back in the workforce with all my life changes. So me designing has kind of been put on hold a little bit. So I can't really say for sure, because right now I'm also working off of what someone has very fondly called the box of wine, which is really this thing. I don't really know how long this would last. I will say, you know, like, it's gonna last a while. I mean, you still burn through it just as fast as a glue stick, but you're not like sitting there swapping out glue sticks. I love this thing. When it's empty, I probably will put in like one of those bags of wine, because then I could just be like, no, I'm professional. This is glue. This is what I do. Carolina has the pink Sherbonder. Yeah, she fancy. There's really no difference between the two, except just one's a hottie toddy. This guy, he's, you know, he's the Sherbonder color. The other one is Grace Monroe. That's just their signature look. So I have them both. I have my hottie toddy on the other workbench, and I have this guy here. So it's just like the mama and the daddy of our Sherbonder family. And so let's see, Valerie likes to add glue. So, okay, Valerie likes the smaller one because she likes to swap out the glue more frequently. Absolutely. And I would say too, and you know what, I will design while I yap, that Surebonder products are made to work with their, hold on. Like Surebonder glue is made to work like with their glue pots and glue guns. So, you know, I'm not saying you can't use like Gorilla Sticks or whatever, but their products work best with their like devices. Why? Like, I don't know why I'm like stuck for the right word on what that is, but I am. I'm struggling. So it is better to use like their glue is non-toxic, made in the USA. Family-owned business. Not everybody in the family knows the recipe, so I don't know who doesn't know it. But if I were in that family and I didn't know it, I would definitely be like side-eyeing people at Christmas. Okay, so Michelle has the pink one. She threw the small one away yesterday because she hasn't used it in so long. That's the whole thing. It's like whatever we're like comfortable with, you kind of get in like a groove of it. And then like sometimes you just never go back. Like I love this glue gun. So this guy, I always think of him like a fireman, which I know. I mean, I can't explain it except he shuts off after half an hour. He doesn't want my house to burn down. I think he's a hero. But he also cranks out glue. So he is like, when he is on and he is like ready to go, he just like will spit out glue. So I was always a fan of like the cordless because of how easy it is. But then, you know, you are putting it back on the charger. You don't have to. You can keep it on the base, but you know the whole point of the cordless was that you're not keeping it on the base. But with this guy, the amount of glue that he'll spit out continuously, and then knowing that like should you know, get distracted and not shut it off when you should or something like that, that he's just gonna auto shut off. I like that feature. You know, sometimes you do get, somebody shows up at the door or something like that. It's just good to know that there's some safety features. I mean, all of these have some safety features in them. Like if there is, you know, a power surge, the glue pots, they shut off. They have fans underneath. So they look like little shark, I think underneath they look kind of like little shark fin things. But what they are is they're actually like fans to keep everything like ventilated so that things aren't overheating. I will say that on Sunday I was relaxing, minding my business in my own house when a couple of cars rolled up on the street. And yeah, there were definitely some religious people hopping out with the good word. I don't even know what word it was, but when they rang the bell, Bruno was on the back porch, and I'm like, Bruno, it's for you. And I mean, obviously I didn't let him out of the house, but I let him just go to the front door and bark. So I was like, no. I don't do a whole lot of socializing, let alone if you're not invited. Not doing that. I'm so excited too. So yep, Debbie, same thing. She is loving the large glue pot. Awesome. And I went away from Gorilla Glue sticks and like their product. They actually, I don't think they have glue pellets. They don't. But I thought for sure, I'm like, well, that's like the trusted brand. But now I feel very differently about it after like getting all of like the spec sheets from Surebonder. All right. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Oh, Bruno. All right. I've done a lot of yapping and not done a lot of flower stuff, so we are going to pick up the pace. Sorry guys, it's been a while. I had a lot to talk about. I still do. We're still gonna yap. Lurie's grandma. She went old school rifle. Get off my property. Yeah. You know, we all have our stuff. I just, honestly, I mean, I'm not a fan of anybody showing up uninvited. Sometimes I'm not a fan if I invited you. I'm like, oh, I regret that. I love to make plans, and I just don't feel like doing them anyways. All right, we are using these stunning fuchsia peonies from TMI Gifts. The ladies have already added the SKU in the chat. If anybody is still looking for them, let me know. The ladies, I believe, they are still in the chat, so they could add it again. But what we're gonna do is, this comes with 5, and I know I'm looking at 4. And so, snip one off this bush. All right. And it's not that you only have to work with odds. I know we all have rules, but rules kind of go out the window when you're creative. So we're gonna do whatever feels right to us. So I'm gonna start with 5. If I end up thinking that we need more or less, then that's what we're gonna go with. So let me just see that we're positioned right. All right. So for this, I am gonna start right at the top middle. Okay, I'm leaving this about 2 inches from the base because I want this to be airy, and I also know I am a more is more girl, which means I am going to be putting a lot of stuff in this wreath. Okay, I'm dipping as I go. If you maybe are on the newer side, or you just have your own method and you're just like, I don't want to glue it, I want to place everything and then go back and do it with a glue gun, you do you. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. If somebody says there is, change the channel. Change the channel. We do not need someone telling us how to be ourselves and how to be unique. So, said it, you heard it here. And I will stand by that. Because you know what? Designing's no fun if it's all calculated. And when you do something different, like, you know, when we talk about our greenery families, we have our yellow family and our blue family, and oh, don't mix it, like things like that. Like, if you mix it and you find a great mix, that might make the difference between somebody buying from you versus someone else. Like, if you found like that magic, like, combo, and you get that sale and you get that customer, like, that's it. So that's why you just have to trust your instincts. So I definitely think there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, if something feels off, you know, like, hey, do you have any feedback or whatever? But don't ever let somebody criticize your work. One, they can hear us. So if you're like, she ugly, then she's gonna be like wilting, like inside and out. But also, like, we also internalize that stuff. So we don't open ourselves up for criticism, because if we made something and we're proud of it, that literally is the only thing that matters. We do not need validation, like, just for validation. So if you did something and you're proud of it and it's unique, that's all that matters. So be proud of what you do, and also know that whatever stage you're in, whether you're new, whether you've been doing it a while, like, we all have periods of growth. We all shift in how we design and all of those things. So don't question it. You know, you're given a gift and you got to exercise that gift and enjoy it. Let's see, you're not getting the whole chat. There is like a bar to slide down. Donna, I could totally make such a joke right now. I won't make it about you though, because that would be wrong. But I don't want to make it about myself. I'll say it's not. No, I don't. All right, fine. It's not the first bar I've slipped down either. All right? All right, Donna? You happy? Donna, if I didn't respect you so much, you would have gotten zinged so bad. I had to hold my tongue. And honestly, you probably would have just been fine with All right. Next, we're going to go in with my love-hate relationship, which are these Amazon peonies, okay? These guys need to be steamed. They show up in a tightly wound plastic ball. They come in with this disgusting plastic that's black. I don't understand. I don't understand. But customers like it. Like, look at how it comes in. Look at how something else could come in. But we're gonna use some of it. We're gonna just mix it up a little bit. We're gonna go with it. So I am gonna pull from this. Let's see. I am gonna pull the filler flowers for this, for now. And I'm gonna leave, hold on. Now, I'm gonna use the big buds that I'm talking trash about, and then I'll steam them after. And so if you don't steam something like this, I'm not saying that everything needs to be steamed, but something like this, like the leaves and everything, if you just have one of those handheld steamers, they could be like $25. Honestly, I don't even iron my clothes anymore. I mean, I barely did anyways, but I do use the steamer for that. 25 bucks. You just run it over it. It's also great for like just kind of reviving a wreath off season. If you like, say you have a wreath that doesn't sell, and like for me, I bag them up into clear recycling bags until they sell. So like during that time, they could end up really squished. So when it is time for it to say somebody finds that little orphan wreath, it's time for it to go, and now it looks all smushed and it doesn't look beautiful like it did in the photos, and I want it to look brand new, I'll take a steamer to it. I'll also reapply the UV spray. Like, I want it to look as beautiful as it did in the photo. And so a nice steaming is just a great way to just kind of bring that back to life. Yep, okay, so yeah, Carolina is saying the same thing. Steam it, because that to me, you know, again, like verse this. And actually this also, so this is from Pioneer. This is less expensive than this. This is less expensive than this. I don't get it. Don't get it. Customers seem to like it. I don't know. I'm not encouraging, and believe me, I'm definitely not encouraging people to buy that. I'm just putting in a mix of flowers into this. I think that maybe if people didn't see this as an option, so maybe I'm part of the problem. Yeah, I think I am, because I think if people didn't see these, they would not be buying things. Yeah, these look fake. Not a big fan. Pioneer has lowered their minimum. Hello, Connie. How are you? Long time no chat. You know what? I just talked myself out of it. Yes, I am a cog in the machine. I'm not using these. No. If customers don't know that there are better options, of course they're gonna order it. What was I thinking? Okay. So just gave that long speech for no reason. Carolina was like, yeah, work it out next time beforehand. You're right. You are so right, Carolina. Okay, we're gonna go in with the good stuff. We are not messing around. We do not need lower grade stuff. So we are going in with these beautiful cabbage roses, because you know what? Our customers deserve the best. We know what the best is. Yes, they might like that because they don't know that there's like something even better out there. That's all. And have I sold a bunch of things with those in them? Yes, I have. And that's okay. And if you use them, that's okay too. But for tonight, we are going to skip them. Hello, Renee. Nice to see you too. Shaving your flowers. Girl, I don't want to shave my legs, let alone my flowers. No. No, no, no. But we do what we got to do, don't we? We got to make our materials work. Can't afford to just be tossing our hairy-legged flowers, can we? All right, so we're going in with 5 again. So now what I'm looking at is, this is all sectioned off to me, okay? So we have like one section, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how I'm picturing it as I'm going. And so when I'm filling each spot up, I want to make sure that I'm giving the same amount of materials so that we have a nice balanced look with the same balanced color. Again, this is kind of like a muscle memory thing, where like once you figure out what works for you, like you come up with a system that, you know, like you break up your wreath, you do it beautiful mind style, where all of a sudden you're sitting at a chalkboard and you're writing insane things and nobody else knows it, what it means but you. Doesn't matter, as long as it works for you. Diane, oh my gosh, I feel like the gang is like back. Hello. Hello, hello. How wonderful it is to see your name. I was going to say face, but your name pop up. Leslie, your beautiful face is there. Marion, fight the good fight. Hey, Catherine. Oh, I'm so glad that you found me. Yes, I know. Life has shifted with that. Going back into the workforce, and it just has disrupted this stuff, but it's not over. It just kind of got put on pause, and it will be a bit more of an intermittent thing. Connie, I'm so sorry. I did not know that. Connie, definitely sending my prayers. I know how much you love your mom, and also how much you've spent like time taking care of her the last few years, especially. I mean, the last few years I've known you, I know that you're always taking good care of your mom, so I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, condolences, and we're all sending prayers to you. Yeah, Connie, everybody's praying for you. Can't even imagine what you've been going through. This is one of those things that I feel like makes it special, is like it's not just about like designing and the stuff. Like, it's really nice that you have people that they know your name, they care, like they are sending prayers, they are sending love, like we are sending love and prayers to you. So I am glad you found us tonight. Yeah. Connie's mom passed away, Marion. And I don't want to speak for Connie, but I know Connie's been taking good care of her like the last couple of years. So Connie's saying that she's not suffering anymore. Caroline is sending a big hug and a prayer of comfort. Talked a big game, but now I don't have enough flowers for this. Let me see. Let me peruse. we have. Hold on one second. Let me grab some things. Now I'm going to take a stand against Amazon. Seconds, guys. Hopefully this will do it. I'm loving the color too. So we're gonna actually double up on the fuchsia. I just happen to only have 4 on me. So I just go around and like clip things off. I am back in the workforce. Yes, Marion. And I am like in the, not weirdest, but I am totally out of my element because it is like an engineering company. So I'm like learning all about construction and things, and I just think it's hysterical because I just learned I'm learning all of these things that I just never thought I would learn. Like, you need to go in a confined space, I'll help you pull a permit. Actually, I don't actually do that. I just know about it. But yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're breaking everything up into 5. Connie, you love the color. You always do. That is something that we certainly share, don't we? You love your pinks and your purples. All right, so we did say we were gonna do fiery fuchsia versus pretty in pink. So let's get to it. We're gonna do round 2 of our fuchsia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have one that's going in, one that's going out. I don't want everything side to side. I don't want everything too like matchy-matchy. I know you do, girl. I know you do. As soon as something colorful pops up, you're like, what you got? But yeah, part of like that whole thing about work and all that stuff, that's part of why I haven't had all those kits for you, my friend. I'm sorry. That is part of like the changes that have been happening. So doesn't mean they won't come back. It's just not happening right now. And yeah, so TMI Gifts does still have these. I hope you guys have these forever, like indefinitely, because I am always going to be obsessed. Always, always, always. And I'm glad I hoarded these when I did, because I will never get tired of these. And if you are somebody, again, who is selling, these jump off of a page. These jump off of a door. Hard to ignore. I'm actually pumped that we're doubling up on these. Let's see. And I went through the box from when I was at TMI last time. I ordered, well, I pulled things, and the order went through what had arrived, and I have some of that hot pink baby's breath. And then I found, when I was digging through here, some lime green ivy, and I'm like, oh, these are all the things that make my heart sing. So let's see. Sometimes when I'm designing, like, you gotta go to this. Leave some room for the Holy Ghost, can we? Could we? Should we? Okay. Cynthia, I am good. Yes, there is none. There is, because there is no need to be wearing one. And yes, I know, Marion, they pack such a punch. It's on HR, it's admin, so it's a little different. What is different, but it's still like same wheelhouse. Same wheelhouse, but I was always working with like troubled adolescents, so this is just like a totally different field. So the things that I learned like are just, it's just hysterical. Oh, Laurie, you know me too well. All right, so let's do another round. Let's start at the top. Okay, because we want to make sure everything is balanced. So let's go. 1, 2. So we have 5 quadrants, which sounds so official. 2. 3. 4. Oh, I put something somewhere I shouldn't have, because that's 5 and we don't have 6. So I put 2. I knew that felt weird. I knew something was off there. All right, here we go. Thank you, Gina. Sherelle Miss Crafty Pants herself. Hello, friend. How are you? So nice to see you pop up. My gorgeous friend. How you doing? All right, let me see. So your boys, are your boys old enough to be in elementary school? One, no. What is the other one? Because I know that this is like the time of year that just pushes parents over the edge with all the themes. Like Tiffany, you must be dealing, I'm guessing you're dealing with this with your son, where it's like pajama day, like all of these days. Maybe you're not, but you just leaving the gym? Oh gosh. Sure, you're killing me. I'm drinking wine. Like, yes, I mean, I just hear parents be like, oh my gosh, I have to go to Target again. There is a new theme. And I'm like, I don't know if like teachers realize like parents have other things to do than like spend 4 hours doing crazy hair day before they go to work. All right, so on the Pioneer, their cabbage rose bushes, they always come with just 3 of the baby buds. So it's nice when you get to know a product because you know what to expect. So I'm just gonna spread these out, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, doing a little willy-nilly, but just making sure that these guys are all separated. Okay. And we have some cosmos, and I love these cosmos. I do not love the greenery, so I'm gonna just strip the greenery down. Yeah, you know what, it might have just ended, like if it did, it was like last week. Because there are definitely people like looking like they were ready to like lose their marbles. So if it did, it like just ended. But I mean, some of it's just over the top, I don't know. But my girl graduated from college 2 weeks ago. Very proud, very proud. Carolina, are you saying in Georgia that they're still going to school? Because it must be hot. Well, I don't know if other states are like ours, but they do not have AC. Like, because it's such a short season that like schools never invest in air conditioning. I know, it's like, oh yeah, let's do a superhero costume. Like, yeah, we have all this stuff laying around. Let's spray paint your hair purple. Right before Memorial Day, really? Wow, is that because of the heat? And when do your guys go back to school? Because ours, well, in Massachusetts, it used to be after Labor Day, which I think was reasonable. That's how I grew up. Now they go like a day or two before Labor Day, which is then ridiculous because then they take off like several days. So I don't really get it. There is the mouse. So when I touch things and I regret it. Not in South Carolina. South Carolina, do they go to school all year? Oh, and Hunter graduated. Congratulations to Hunter. Proud family. Yes, yes. Okay, so Marion, you start early August and are out the first week of May in Georgia. Is that because of the heat? Like, is that like a, you know what I mean, like a practical thing? I don't know why the heck they changed it in Mass. Mass and New Hampshire are usually like a week apart. But I know in South Carolina anyways, I feel like some things are based around like the PGA Tour and the Derby. And literally I'm talking like I know what I'm, like I have any experience, but I do believe my Wreath bestie said that, but don't quote me if I'm wrong, because I don't want Mima coming for me. Gotta stay on that beautiful woman's good side. She's my bestie. I don't want her mad at me. Love her too much. Alright, so we're putting in some of these Cosmos here. And with Cosmos, I'm always careful about, they have those centers. They kind of look like eyes. So if you have too many or they're just looking dead at you. So I like to point them away. Kind of like sunflowers too. Nobody needs an overwhelming amount of eye contact. Trust that. And either way, like the way things grow in nature, they're pointed towards the sun. They're not looking right at you. And my glue pot is very stringy right now, yet smoking. But I do love Cosmos. I just think they kind of photograph a little, like they could look totally normal in person and then you photograph it and it's like all eyes are on you. Only 6 kits left. So if you were looking to do the burgundy kit with the peonies, 6 kits left. I'm thinking not next week, but the week after, we will set a night and we'll do a live design together on YouTube. And that way people have time to get their kits delivered. And then also if the kits should run out, we do have some other alternatives. But I will say that like the berries, there's some really, really fantastic materials in the original kits that are no longer available. And that burgundy peony bush in general is just like such high quality. It's got all those fillers, it's got the extra flowers, it's got the eucalyptus. It's like one of those items that I'm like, I wish I had just gone like nuts ordering. You just never know. You never know. Oh, Leslie's got hers. Leslie, you are so good. You're so organized. I don't even know. It's amazing. Morgan, would you mind linking, like directly linking the kit? Donna, that's gonna be trouble, okay? and I look forward to it. I welcome your kind of trouble. Let's have a fun night. I say, like, let's get comfy, get some wine, or decaf tea. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy. Let's just have a good night. Because I think that nothing is more fun than when you're designing with friends, chilling with friends, and just like doing what you love. Whatever it is. Getting to share things that you love with your friends is like the best feeling. Alright, and I'm going to twist this in 1 second so that I can actually see head on some of this. Okay. So whenever you're designing it on the side, you are at a bit of a disadvantage. Not terrible. We have one left, and I can see exactly where this beautiful little lady needs to go. Oh, Kim, have you snuck out? Have you snuck out of Misty's group? Oh, yeah. So Leslie grabbed it as soon as she saw the peonies. I know. It was total quality. Larry, you keep anybody on their toes. I don't care if they're 16, 60, 100. It doesn't matter. Nobody is up for battling you, my friend. We've had so many funny conversations. Your wit is unmatched. Unmatched. Thank you so much, Sherelle. Sherelle is loving the floral selection. Yes, we have a lot from TMI Gifts here. These peonies are just like, yes, beautiful. Oh, well, Kim, I think Misty caught you when she immediately responded on Facebook that you were busted. How have you been, my friend? Looks like you've been doing very, very well. I love to see you're growing, you're glowing, you're doing all the things. All right, so Tiffany's saying at this point in time, she doesn't know if they can get more. But you know what, Leslie, it's always good to mention these things because then if they see something like that, like Morgan and Macy, like they're all going out to the shows and things like that, like they can just kind of take note of what the types of, you know, items are or styles are that like people are into. Because they are more than accommodating, as we all know. So, it never hurts to ask. It never hurts to say, this is what I like. Because they're going to do whatever they can to get things. Like, Marion, was it like a year ago that we asked them, that we asked TMI Gifts, like, can we get more florals and greenery? A year ago, maybe 2 years ago? And like, now look at like how much stuff they have. I hope like Burgundy really is starting to come back. Burgundy is such a mood, and you could take that like bush of florals and you could do a million things with it. Like that's the thing, and that could go like gothic for Halloween. Like it could go a million different directions. To me, I would use it more in like not a somber way, but more like a mood. But I could also see it going in a lot of different directions. Oh, I love that, Renee. I love that. So, Diane, this kit, well, so the Burgundy kit is going to be from TMI Gifts, which is going to be linked here. This is not a kit. But these peonies are available, and the ladies have been linking it, and they can continue to link it. So these are their fuchsia peonies. So some of these flowers aren't from TMI Gifts, so we're kind of doing like a hodgepodge of things. But like these legit, I'm telling you, like these are the star of any show. So if you take these and then you plug them in with anything, like it's gonna be stunning. Absolutely. Yes, Misty, Leslie is coming out. Okay, so in addition, okay, when I opened up what I had brought back, Please tell me I brought it over. Okay. Literally right under my nose. Okay, another one of my favorites. So gypsum or baby's breath. Like real life gypsum, baby's breath, you know. But the gypsum or baby's breath that Tea My Gifts has is so beautiful. This hot pink, they also have it in like teal. They have it in a bunch of colors. It is so beautiful. They have it in lime right now as well. We've done a bunch of kits. We've done a bunch of projects that have had it in white. Okay. So this is it in hot pink. So maybe if the ladies can link it, again, if people are using promo code CARA20, save 20%. If you're getting a kit though, do that separate because the kit ships free. If you go and intermingle the two, because it's gonna mess up your shipping. But so many colors for this. Thinking ahead, if you are a Halloween person, this goes, but also they have a lot of like other options. But we are gonna be throwing this in. We're gonna do a little bit of greenery first because I want that kind of floating along the top. So we are going to be using some of David Christopher. I don't know why I'm always like David Christopher. We're going to be using some of his beautiful greenery. This is clematis. It's a clematis bush. DC. I'm going to get that tattooed. People are going to be like, who is it? I'll be like, he makes floral, artificial florals. All right. So these clematis bushes, both Ashley and I used at the Derby event at TMI Gifts over the summer. What I love about it is that you get a lot. It's one of those bang for your buck kind of items, okay? Because you get a lot of different stems. Not a lot of different, they're all the same, but there are many, many stems on one bush. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to go around and just plug these guys in. They are pushers, which I actually just realized right now. Let's see. First name. So Diane, Diane has bought these peonies and she's saying they're more gorgeous in person. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's why, yes, I had to, after I was done complaining and spending way too much time about the Amazon peonies, like, not everybody knows just the high, like, level of quality and how lifelike artificial florals can be. It's our job to show them. That's our goal. When I went to the Museum of Fine Arts in, I don't know, March maybe, there was like this beautiful exhibit, you know, and it was like all about the seasons and the flowers and all this stuff. And then like the last wall was, all artificial flowers. And I'm looking at it because I'm like, where is this? Because I have to know where it is. It was just all faux florals. And I'm like, not Michael's, not Hobby Lobby. And then I'm like, is that one of those like roll down whatever signs? I was like, my God. I'm like, it's Walmart. It's freaking Walmart. There was no one in pajamas. The floors were clean. It was like, I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. You have all these resources, including Jacobson's, which is a very high quality, high end florist that also sells artificial florals. Maybe 2 miles down the road. Hunter's Galleries down the road. I'm like, you had all these opportunities to showcase the beauty of artificial florals, yet what'd you do? Send like your nephew, like your drunk uncle to Walmart to show what artificial florals look like? I was like disgusted. Roll back, that's what the signs look like. I was so disappointed. I was like, Museum of Fine Arts, shame on you. Shame on you. Artificial florals deserve so much more. Let's see. All right, it looks like, Catherine, I have not. Hello, Kristen. Man, girl, you've been rocking it. I've been watching some things you've been doing lately, and I am loving it. Loving it. But to Catherine, I wanted to say I have not, but someone who's really good at it is my friend Carrie, and I don't know what her shop name is. I wish I knew off the top of my head, because she has kind of made it an art form about, and it obviously depends on what you're going for, but she's kind of made it an art form of making it almost like a celebration, you know, like appropriately a celebration. But I do not have experience with that at this time. But I really should branch out into that, because I think anything that you can do to make something special and lasting, you know, I don't like the thought of, you know, if somebody can't afford, you know, at a funeral home to, you know, have this like nice arrangement, whether it's for the funeral home or for the gravesite. I like the idea of people being able to rent it, or like a funeral home purchasing it and then people being able to rent it. So just so that they can have like a really, you know, beautiful send-off for their loved ones. I think that everybody deserves that. I don't think that that should be something based on your economic status. I think that everyone should be able to proudly be able to send off their loved ones the way that they should be, you know? And I think that that's a great service that, you know, a funeral home could offer. And, you know, I guess that would be our job to make sure that they know that that's available to them. All right, so right now we're putting in the clematis leaves, which I love because they're just kind of like crawling out, which whenever I think about nature, I just think about how everything just kind of melts together and everything is just, you know, things do not grow nice and neat. It's just not how it works in nature. And I love it. It's like beautiful chaos. Yes, this clematis bush is from TMI Gifts. It is a David Christopher product. Yes. So this isn't a kit, Connie, but the kit that we were talking about, the ladies have been linking. It is called Burgundy. It's Burgundy something. Tiffany or Morgan, if you're available, if you could link it again, that would be great. And I'm sorry that I don't know the name of it, because I know I should. And again, I appreciate your unconditional love. All right, let's see. Okay, Tiffany has just put in the SKU for the greenery, which this greenery really is fantastic. And I did not know it was a pusher. That makes it even better. I loved it when it wasn't a pusher, but the fact that it's a pusher is even better. Yes, like how do we like how this is coming out? Burgundy Elegance. Kim, thank you. Oh, okay, and now Donna, let's see. Donna, yes. Okay, so Tiffany, Tiffany, I know I was like, you only need to be, I think I said, or at least I was thinking like, I won't take up any of your time. It's okay for Kim, who's like the best hype woman in the world, to link the Christmas kit. Is that okay? Because she's offering to, which is, again, Kim, you're amazing, as always. I'm so glad you guys are liking it. So we're gonna put in our gypsum / hot pink baby's breath. All right, also pusher. I'm gonna push away the foliage on this. Again, it's always just personal preference. It could go either way, but I'm just gonna push this down. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Carolina. So glad, Marion. Marion, has your husband come up with any other inventions? I mean, Kim, if the link's already out there, then I would think it's okay, right? You think? You are always there for me. I am beyond lucky, beyond grateful, beyond blessed. You are amazing. All right, so we are gonna start popping this in. And I love this stuff. Again, it comes in a million different colors, so many different like ways to apply this for different seasons, ways to apply this for different moods, whether you're doing something that is for, I know people are doing Summerween. I'm not. Everything Halloween related scares me. So why on earth am I going to scare myself in the summer? Let me wait until Halloween. But there are like some blues that I think could go for coastal. I also think they totally could apply for Halloween. They have lime, which I think lime would have played off this thing perfectly as well. Just didn't buy it. Not sure why I showed restraint for once. Let's see. Thank you, Diane. Oh, Tiffany is saying that the kits are amazing. There are some, like, I went with a different direction with some of the new kits. I kind of went with something that is, like, very traditional, that, like, you don't need to be a designer to do. So it is kind of like a sentimental set of kits. And I'm going to say I love it because you know, it was my idea. But there are kits for basically like wedding centerpieces, or they could just be if you are like somebody who likes monochromatic like cream in your home. So they're, and honest to God, I'm not gonna get too distracted. I know my ADHD is serious, but it's based off of these like floral bushes, okay, just in like a beautiful classic gold base, okay, but you could have a dozen bridesmaids go and like crank these out months in advance of a wedding, and your stuff is all taken care of. Okay, so you have a fun night, they're drinking wine, they're working, they don't even realize they're working. Then also there is a kit for a baby. So whether it's, you know, for your godparent, your grandparent, you want to make that special sentimental thing for them that they're going to keep. Like my daughter still has what my parents brought to her in her when she was born. Not to the delivery room. That would be so weird if my dad was there. so weird. But yes, giving that sentimental gift, and it's not a crazy hard kit to make. It's something that anybody could make for a loved one. Hold on, I am going to get more gypsum / the gypsum might have sounded like wine, which would be so weird considering my glass has more in it. All right. Oh, and Kim is dropping links because she's good like that. See how much I missed you guys. All right, let's see. Donna, what can we help you find? Are you looking for the kit for the burgundy wreath? Hello, Tina. Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine tonight. And I was just like, you know, life gets hard, life gets stressful, and sometimes like when it's like that, it's hard to come out of being like in a cocoon. And they were like, I bet if you do something for, you know, like a little bit of time, you kind of like realize how much you missed it. And that's exactly how I feel right now. And that's exactly how you guys are making me feel. So seeing your names pop up and like getting to chat with you guys, like you don't know what that means to me. So thank you guys so much. If somebody is able to link the burgundy kit for Donna, that would be fabulous. And Donna, I think you'll love the kit. Honestly, like, I love the kit. I wish there were more. Like Leslie was saying, like, are there going to be more of those bushes? I hope if that exact bush isn't available, I hope there are more, like, of something similar, because the quality is like top tier. And like, I don't say that lightly. Like, it is very high quality. The pricing was not crazy. You know, there's just some things that just, they hit the nail on the head, and that is one of them. That, like, when you get to walk through the warehouse to pick out what you want to design, like, I always find like the one thing that I'm like, this is the thing that I'm going to design around. So for the Christmas kit, the one thing, like, so usually it's like a ribbon. This time it was like this antique-y looking spray. And I was like, this thing is gorgeous. Super easy to make the wreath, I believe. I know it's gonna be, I believe anybody can make this wreath look beautiful. And I was like, this is it. Like, this is the item that the wreath has to be made around. So Kim has linked it, but I truly do feel like it was such a unique item. And antique Christmas was the trend last year. And I didn't pick it because it was a trend. I picked it because it's nostalgic, and it's one of those things that reminds me of like being at my grandmother's home. It reminds me of like that feeling of being a kid again. And to me, like, that's the best part of Christmas. Like, I love seeing those moments, even though my daughter's an adult. I love seeing those moments when she's like a kid again. Like, you know, she doesn't look like she's 22. Like, I just see that she's a kid. Like, she's just my baby. She's just my baby girl. And, you know, if you know, you know. Sometimes you can just see the baby in your kid. And those are the moments that just mean the most to me. And so when I was looking at that, I was like, that's it. Like, that's what spoke to me. There was a million different things I could have chosen that were gorgeous. There's also like amazing, beautiful, beautiful kits from other designers to choose from. So like, definitely like look at everybody's and find, if you're looking for a kit, find the one that speaks to you. It was just for me. I was like, I want something that is, you know, something that reminds me of like what Christmas means, because Christmas can mean different things to you at different points in your life. And to me, I was like, I want to have that childhood like magic. Like, I mean, my parents, there was one year that all my Christmas gifts were labeled under my grandmother's name because I was such a snoop, because I was just too excited. It's like, you can't keep me away, you know? But then I heard, like, there used to be like a belt on the back of the door with like all the, like, the sleigh bells kind of, and then it's like, as soon as you hear it go, it was like, oh, Santa was here, and you get to run down, you get to see your presents and things like that. I mean, just like magical moments. And they're not fancy, they're not like anything crazy, they're just special. And like, those are the moments that you cherish. And I know I always go off on something sappy, so there was my thing. I know, so, I mean, sometimes it's TED Talk, this time it's just Christmas. Let's see. Whoa, we have Larie's daughter here. No, Christy, she never behaves herself. If she did, I would be disappointed. And I don't know if you would recognize her. I love it. I love that you're here. Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Oh. Yes, and Leslie's daughter just got married. Oh my gosh, Leslie has been a busy, busy woman. And look at Kim is throwing up the discount code. Yes, Cara20, save 20%. Again, don't mix it with your kit because you don't want to pay for shipping. But let's get back to Christy. Christy, what can you tell us about Larie? I actually don't even know if you could tell us anything that Marie hasn't told me, just because. But I would be interested. There could be some like childhood memory things that like, I don't know. Marie, are you uncomfortable right now? Are you concerned that your daughter is on here? I love that there's two of you. This is fantastic. All right, let me just tilt this my way so I can get this a little bit balanced. She sent you the link. All right. I love it. Your mom is fantastic. And whenever she told me how her name was pronounced, I felt very special because I know she doesn't really tell people that. And I was like, there we go. And especially like over when you're doing something live, it's like not like she can just say like, it's La Ree, dummy. Like she walked me through it very patiently, and I appreciated that. And I appreciated that she took the time. She's like, I never correct people, well, at least on social media or whatever. So we have a very special bond. But if she's your mom, you must be a sharp whippersnapper as well, is my guess, because there's no way you're not. Because she is a fiery one, which is why we get along so well. So just so everybody knows, Morgan is saying that they love the feedback. They want to get the things in that people are looking for. So, you know, whether you're watching this live or the replay, you know, you can always message me. You can just message them through DMs, whether it's on social media or whatever, and let them know what you're looking for. Even if it seems totally out of the box, like, I don't know, you want ribbon with my face on it? I mean, but seriously, like, let them know I'm looking for something I can't find. Does this exist? Or you guys had this 2 years ago and it was great and you sold out. Can you ever get it back? Because then they know what to look for. They go to market and there's always new things coming out, but it lets them know, you know, this is kind of like what to be on the hunt for. So these ladies, like, they work so hard. They work so hard, like, for you guys. I mean, like, trust me, they put up with me for you guys. That's not easy. That's not easy. And they don't even drink. I mean, the fact that I have pushed them so hard and they still refrain. I mean, God bless them. God bless them. I don't know how they do it, honestly. I mean, I just had to drink thinking about dealing with me. Yeah, you ladies deserve like a badge of honor or something. But in all seriousness, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be like traditional grapevine, it doesn't have to be something that's traditional that you see me do. You know, there's a whole variety of designers, as you see on their pages. So if it's something that's mesh, it's something that you see, you know, like Angela, Kayla, Ashley, Misty, like any of the things that those ladies do, or maybe it's something you don't see any of them do. Like, reach out and just say, this is something that's really interesting to me. Like, is this something you might carry? And just see what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? They can't find it? Like, so consider them your resource, because you have a family-owned business. And when you have a family-owned business like that, they are listening. It's not going to be Amazon where, you know, any of your requests, they go in a special request bin, which is like literally a chatbot / trash barrel, you know? All right, so what do we think? I know there's going to be some balancing. There's going to be some zhuzhing I got to do tomorrow, because doing things at an angle, it's never going to work for my OCD. But we did this without our Amazon. We did this with some serious shade, which I'm not sorry for. But yes, so we have our TMI gifts, fuchsia peonies, which have been, the SKU is definitely in the chat. I will put it in the description probably tomorrow if you're watching this on replay. Also the gypsum, which was a big player here, our clematis greenery, all of those guys, all from TMI Gifts. And also we shared our kit at the beginning. Oh, she gorgeous. Marion, you talk my language, don't you? Oh, she full too. She thick. We like them thick, don't we? More is more. More is more. Guys, I cannot thank you enough. Like, I missed you guys. You made this so easy, so fun. I mean, I shouldn't have doubted it. I didn't doubt it. I knew you guys would make it fun for me. But it always just means the world that when I get to see my favorite peeps hang out with me and just sharing something that I love doing and all of those good things. So, yes. All right. Well, I will be seeing you guys soon. And again, thank you guys. So, good night, everybody.